Welcome to Wonderland Weekly, hosted by Toronto Ty. Now sit back and have a wonderful week.
Hey everyone, Toronto Ty back here at Canada's Wonderland once again for another wonderful day. Today I am going to be getting on Moosehorn Falls. It opened, I believe, 2 days after my last visit, so that is super exciting. KidZfest is still going on, so I might check out a little bit more of that event. And right up here on Wonder Mountain, the beware signs, we now know what we have to beware, and that is the elements. Very, very intriguing. Yeah, there are more teasers that have been released, and hopefully more activity around AlpenFest for me to check out. So definitely going to be checking that out. This is, I think just going to be another wonderful day. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding this whole project, at least in my opinion, is Xtreme Skyflyer's land. I mean, Xtreme was removed before the start of this season, and the fences here have the exact same wording as the ones around AlpenFest. So it stands to reason that that this is part of the same project, and yet we've seen very little activity on this plot of land. I mean, we still do have a lot of time before, you know, whenever this new thing opens, probably next year, next spring, hopefully. But yeah, still seems very, very curious that we haven't seen much activity here. On the south side of Wonder Mountain, yeah, this symbol on this doorway leading to the path behind the Victoria Falls, it was used in a teaser this morning. And that teaser showed this symbol kind of erupting into flames, so to speak. So that is very, very interesting that this symbol on the south side is being associated with fire. Standing here on the path close to the entrance to Frontier Canada. And yeah, the basketball game here is no longer behind a scrimmed fence. Now, there is still scrimmed fence on either side of the basketball game, which is, I mean, it is surrounding some footings that are still being worked on, I guess, or maybe they just haven't done the fences behind that scrimmed fence. But yeah, I mean, the basketball game is already open. That is wild. I'm surprised that they were able to do that so quickly. Up here at Roadside Chicken, getting an incredible view of Yukon Striker, as always. Then I decided to get this, the fried chicken sandwich from Roadside Chicken. Yeah, it was on a sign. It said it is a summer special. It's quite good. Yeah, it's got fried chicken, 2 slices of garlic bread, and of course there's lettuce and pickles, plus I believe it is called shack sauce. So, very, very good overall. Yeah, probably going to be getting this again because it is quite tasty. Front of Tiny Tom Donuts, we do have, you know, the basketball game over there with the scrim on either side. And yes, you have a footing right here with a garbage can next to it to prevent people from running into it. So that is good. That is not the case for this footing right here, which is so huge it sticks way up out of the ground, way higher than I would have expected. And it is right in front of the old Top Glow location, which is now more of arcade games. So yes, this footing right here, I mean, you know, presumably there will be a support column that is attached to it, and I guess stretch right up here. I guess it'll miss the roof here. But man, that is wild. This is just so, yeah, just so wild that we're able to walk right up to this one. On my usual perch next to the Fly's photo building, yeah, there, the pathway is open. That is wonderful to see that this week. There are 3 footings that you can walk right up to and around. There is no more scrim just north of the games building, but of course there is still a lot of scrimmed fencing here surrounding yeah, this whole area. The presumed station area. And there is a vehicle here. This vehicle, I believe, is used for carrying materials into the site. All sorts of stuff like, you know, maybe more rebar, I think it's also used to carry coaster track in, but I don't think that's why it's here right now. But anyway, there are workers on site, which is very, very cool. There are several of them, and yeah, a few of them are down in a hole. Yeah, they are working on something below grade. That is very, very interesting. Not sure exactly what they're working on, but wow, this is just great to see. Over here in AlpenFest, watching Thunder Run because it is a phenomenal ride. I don't care what anyone says. It is fun. It is fantastic. It goes through the mountain, and isn't every ride that goes through the mountain wonderful? Yes, in my opinion, yes. So we are most likely getting another ride that's going to go through the mountain. Yeah, there are a couple teasers. Right here, 8/8. With the two symbols, and that is painted directly onto Wonder Mountain. I was actually going to have something in my most recent video talking about how the park wouldn't paint directly on Wonder Mountain, and lo and behold, they have. Yeah, no, this is a fairly small section that they have painted directly over the hole under, well, right next to Thunder Run's exit. So, very, very curious there. But I mean, not all that surprising, just a little surprising that the park actually painted on the mountain itself. There is a little bit of a gap in the scrim here, which is always nice, because then I can see the construction site a little better with my own eyes rather than just through my camera. And yeah, right there, the 8/8 with those two symbols, that is painted directly on the mountain. Right below it is that hole in the mountain that leads down to its basement. Very curious. And then you've got these two footings right here, and both of them have those hats on them, which is a little curious. Right behind this one, then there is actually another footing that is below grade. So that is very, very interesting. But yeah, I guess the park is planning to reopen at least most of this plaza. Right over here, they have two more footings that look to be complete. They do not have hats on them yet, but the park has started putting pavers back in place all around them. So I imagine that this will be reopening very, very soon, which is very interesting. I mean, I'm excited to walk through this plaza again. Just got a ride on Thunder Run, which is always a fun time. And yeah, I wanted to get a look at the construction site from above. And yeah, definitely getting a different perspective is really, really awesome. Yeah, giving me a different idea of how everything is laid out. But I am also curious about how Thunder Run's exit is going to work. Because I still do not think that this is the permanent solution, the permanent way that Thunder Run's exit will be set up. So how is it going to move through that construction site? I don't know. Very curious to see how that all works out. Before I leave AlpenFest, I wanted to say one more thing about Thunder Run, and that is that in its station, yeah, the park has boarded up the former VR queue. So that seems very, very strange to me, but I tried to get a look through the fence there, and it looks like the park is taking out that queue. So hopefully they will be putting in a very nice planter like what was there before. All right, this week I actually am filming the symbol on the north side of the former Journey Behind the Falls. And yeah, based on the latest teaser, this symbol is associated with ice, which is very, very interesting. I mean, if I had to guess between the two symbols, yeah, this one looks more ice-like. And I don't exactly know why, but it is. So very, very interesting there. And hopefully we will find out the full context on what these symbols are and what they mean on the 8th of August. Decided to get the new Nacho Bowl here at Grand World Eatery. I got it with the Arriba chips and chicken and the works. So yeah, this is quite hefty. I was a little bit concerned about how what the portion size would be, but it is quite good. So, man, very tasty. Alright everyone, it is getting close to the end of the video, and you all know what that means. It is time for trivia time! Yes, and so for this week's trivia time, I want you to let me know in the comments below. Wonder Mountain is not the tallest structure in the park, but it was when the park first opened. How long was it the tallest structure in the park? Or rather, what year was it surpassed? If you can let me know that in the comments below, I will give you a shout out in my next video. And a huge shout out to Aldo Parisi and Gray Bator for both correctly stating that there are 7 B&M hypercoasters in the Six Flags chain. Yes, 3 of those are at the Legacy Cedar Fair parks, and 3 of them are at Six Flags Park, Legacy Six Flags parks, plus the one under 200-foot hypercoaster at La Ronde, which is another Legacy Six Flags park. So 7 in total. Thank you to both of you for correctly guessing that, and to everyone who guesses for trivia time. I really love doing this segment. I love park trivia, and I'm glad that so many of you do as well. So do let me know if you're interested in trivia. What year was Wonder Mountain surpassed as the tallest structure at Canada's Wonderland? Well, that'll about do it for this week here at Canada's Wonderland. It was another absolutely wonderful day, even though I did not get on Moosehorn Falls, but I did get on many rides. So that was awesome. Moosehorn Falls, it did open a few days ago, but it just was not open today. So hopefully it will be open during my next visit so that I can try it. I really am looking forward to it. But instead, I went to KidZfest. I got to see Doo Doo the Clown. That is always an unbelievable show. So I really loved getting to see that show and talk to Doo Doo the Clown a little bit after the show. So that was really awesome. Also, around AlpenFest, things are happening. Mostly, the teasers are on social media, which is good. That means that you don't need to be here in the park in order to see everything that's happening. But there are still some things that are happening, like the the fact that the park painted Wonder Mountain, or at least they painted on Wonder Mountain. I definitely did not expect that. So much of this project is stuff I would never have expected. So it is really awesome and exciting. And my full prediction about what I am expecting, is going to come out soon. Make sure that you are subscribed so that you see it. It's not going to be like a virtual coaster ride, no limits creations or anything like that. But I am going to try to describe what I think the layout is going to be. So I am really excited for that, and I hope that all of you are as well. Stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed, and I think that'll about do it for this week. So until next time, as always, have a good one.
If you like this video, you can now buy me a hot chocolate at buymeacoffee.com. I also love hearing your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment. Thanks so much for your continued support, and be sure to subscribe for more wonderful videos.